and welcome to the podcast by Astitva Prakashan. Today we have Mr. Madhurendra Kishor, sir, a storyteller who is shaped by discipline, travel, and deep human observations. Hello and welcome, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much, madam. And I greet all your viewers who is watching your podcast. Thank you very much for welcoming me and having me on the show.
Definitely, sir. So, first of all, I would love to congratulate you that now your book is live and many congratulations on the release.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam.
And so, what are the reviews you are getting from the readers, from families, friends?
Actually, on this book, as you know, the topic itself is such that everybody is some or other reason is affected. When you use this word marriage, whether you are married, whether you are unmarried, whether you are long married, new married, so it's something very common in society. So whoever actually listens are partially surprised for why I went for writing on this book because they were not aware about this aspect. And after going through the books, so many means my friends and colleagues and my family members and, came to know a new aspect about me, and as well as when they gone through the book, we have very positive and some surprise feedbacks and completely a different perspective. Yeah.
Definitely, sir. That's amazing. So, sir, your book has a very unique title, Marriage, where soup is better than dessert. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So, what inspired it and what does it symbolize?
Actually, this I will give you in two part this year. First, you will be actually surprised to know that this book actually I started writing in 1999, way back when I was Air Force. I was 21, 28, 2 years at that time. And that time actually I was preparing for IAS, and I have this habit of since childhood. I am habit of reading books. I use a lot of books, and I used to write some poems, small notes. I have used card of collection, is all thing. So small incident happened that time. The unit in it I was posted. It was having 41 people. Out of that, 35, 36 were married. So one night, one of my married colleague came around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We were living in hostel, and he was living with his family, and he just came and you give me bed. I want to sleep. I had a fight with my wife, something like that. Okay, we gave the bed, and he slept. Was so next 1 day, 2 day, he didn't go back. So lastly, I asked, what is the matter? Why continue you are sleeping in hostel? You tell me something. So he told her we have a fight in some topic. He told. So I suggested him something. I wrote him some card and something, and I suggested you go. This is very small thing, and just you communicate. Things will be settled. It's a part of it. Though I was only 21 that time, and he was more than 15 years. But when we went to his home, whatever I suggested and given, so obviously he was welcomed, and he narrated this all thing to my friends and colleagues. And gradually people started coming to me with all kind of issues where means it's like a marriage. I became a marriage counselor at that age. So because I was writing other small stories, articles, and other things, so they came up with why you are not writing something on this topic. So it took me some months, and I decided the title, and I have written something around some pages. At that particular moment, some unwanted incident happened in Air Force where I was preparing for IAS. I was suddenly stopped that you cannot leave the service. Some 15 years like that, some new circular came. So this is completely shocking for me. So abruptly, I stopped everything because I cannot prepare. So I stopped writing and everything. So this dream also somewhere writing this book got submerged. And now come back 2024, just years. I met with somebody who on the same topic we are having discussion. So again, I thought, why you are not writing it again? Okay, in between I am writing again. I started this my writing hobby. I was writing something. So I recollected, and 2025, where I have left, I started. It took me around 9 months to complete it. Now this title the title itself actually says all the essence of the book, what I mean to write. Because if you read the title, the soup is better the dessert. The representation is like that. Normally, marriage life is not 1 day or 2 day story. It's a very long story. If you are entering a marriage, you have to think about a longer life. So, soup, when you are making soup, you don't require very heavy ingredients. You require small green ingredients. But continuously, you have to stir. You have to see that all ratios are in good, correct combination is there. Then only that outcome is good. Where a dessert is very short and sweet, spark. So married life, you want to go for a long, then you should prefer soup. That is the very essence. So that's why I chose this title of this book, and that's why it was realized.
Amazing, sir. So, sir, you say marriage is more about emotional maturity than romance. Can you elaborate on this perspective a bit?
Actually, it's not the aspect means emotional maturity is more or romance is there. The issue is that romance has been more a kind of because of movie, OTT, other social media platform. It is more elaborated. So people who are now in a younger generation or who are getting newly married, they are more giving thrust to that romance part of married life, or they are more aware or more informed about the romance part of the life, and gradually they are forgetting the other complication and post marriage, what are the responsibility and you are going to face, what are the ups and downs of life. Because if you see in the current generation kids or who have grown up, especially the millennium kids, what is that the parents are more trusting in your career opportunities, because whether you are girl or whether you are boy, it is more about career. So we are so much into the career
Yeah.
that social upbringing is somehow it is taking back seat. So we are realizing that with career tomorrow, if you are going to enter in the marriage, so whatever social responsibility are there, you're going to face. That nowhere it or neither movies are telling that part of it or social media is telling that part of it. Neither as the parents we are telling it. But romance, that information even youngest people are getting. So I mean to communicate while writing. I tell that it is not about romance, because romance is not going to keep you in a long. Romance is a must in any married life, but the kind of romance that is being duplicated by movies and OTT and social media, once you entered in a married life, that romance is totally different. So that's why I told that people they're more into romance because they are more informed about it. But whereas if you think about social means maturity, that somewhere it is lacking. That's why I told if you're entering a marriage, you see it is not about romance, it's about more about being socially mature or emotionally mature.
Definitely. Definitely, sir. So, sir, what role do our childhood experiences play while shaping the adult relationships, or we can more of on a marriage?
See, actually, any child for that matter, whatever you are as an adult, lot it is related how you are brought up in your childhood. But why I depicted more in my book that other aspect of the life when you grow up, you can change yourself, or suppose you may be economically a poor family, you can be a with your hard work and other you can become a rich. Suppose you are very weak physically, with exercise and other things you can get it, be physically strong, and these all things can happen. But while in childhood, the kind of family you are brought up, suppose your parents are in a situation, if you see that everyday fights are happening in your family, so that somewhere it stuck, and because if fights are happening every day, then as a girl child or as a for that matter boy, you are feared, and so many things are there in a subconscious mind which you are carrying, we don't know. It only comes out when you grown up and entering in the marriage relation, then these all things are subconsciously happening. When you don't know that when you are getting married and you are having a fight or you are facing a situation, the actual seed was already rolled when you were a very small kid. So when you are upbringing, which kind of family you are brought up, which kind, what is social position, which kind of cultural position you were brought up, is all a very, very strong routine when you grow up as an adult and you entering in any relationship as an adult. So it is a lot to do how your childhood is there, because other things of childhood we take care, But this emotional torture, or you are in a family which is a very happy family, you will see very few children nowadays who are emotionally very strong. Okay, because the reason is that in your family, how much you are handling emotionally in a growing age, that affects your adulthood. So that's why on this particular aspect, I emphasize a lot in my book, and even my title also somehow refers to that also in this aspect also. Normally, we take soup before many main course and dessert after main course. So I treat that life is like that. Your childhood like your starter. If it is good, then subsequently in more main course and other things will be good. So I feel that childhood plays a lot when you enter in any adult relationship.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, you mentioned that the marriages often fail despite the good intentions. So, why do you think that happens?
See, because you are entering in a marriage, see, all social relationships, whether you are brother, sister, your father, mother, all majority of our relation is based on blood. Somewhere you will find that because of blood, even there are only two relations which are not related to blood, and the most important part in the social in the social culture. That is, one is any friendship, and second is this husband or wife. Because if you are having a friend, he is coming from a different family or different background. Similarly, when you're entering in a marriage, there are two persons who are coming completely from maybe different state or maybe different country also sometimes. So when you are entering in a relationship, two person with different mindset are coming together. Okay, both intentions are good. You are marrying a normally whoever gets married, their intention is always good. The problem is that when you are entering marriage, you are coming with so much of thought into it. Everybody is grown up, his own thought, his own ambition, his own dream, passions. While you are entering in the marriage, the moment you enter, so both passion, interest collides. Okay, whatever you are thinking, whatever other thinking, then you are coming with a preconceived mind. Other is coming with preconceived mind. So this all, the moment that initial part of marriage is over, suddenly you will find a different perspective of each other. So you'll find that normally in a marriage, there's two stages where separation happens. First stage is immediately between 6 months to 1 year and 1.5 years. Because the moment initial things settle down, you are not ready to accept each other, because then only when you are living together, then only you come to know about the complete aspect of each other life. So suddenly, if that time you are not having good friends or your parents or your good social circle, then there is very high chances that after 6 months, 9 months, marriage will have a very big problem. And if you go to the data of divorce or other thing, you will find the majority of thing happens in this period only. And it is a very small issue, where if you are having parents on your with you, or if you are having people elder with you, this problem could have easily tackled. So that's why I told that marriage, we have all the good intention at any of time. I don't think anybody wants in separation in marriage, but the intention is not going to solve the root cause of difference with different people. We need to handle that root cause. So I feel just intention is not sufficient in marriage.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, in book you speak about emotional blind spots. And what are some of the common ones that people usually ignores and doesn't even realize it?
See, this again you have to go to your childhood. What happens now? What I told, that in which kind of environment you are grown up, even unknowingly also, so many things are in your subconscious mind, that when you enter in a marriage, you don't realize. Like one example, I will tell you that there may be a person, maybe a girl or maybe boy, when he's growing up, the economic conditions are not good. Okay, but he's having some dream or passion. Majority of this thing is applicable to people, because when they are entering a marriage, so that whatever dream passions is there, most of the time, okay, you are simply after marriage you are forgetting, or you are forced to suppress your all the desires or whatever you wish, because you are growing in your family, you are going for education, everything, suddenly marriage happens, And there are thousand of cases where the moment marriage happens, you're suppressing. So you are suppressing that nobody actually knows. As a wife or a husband, they don't know that they have suppressed it until unless one fine day it blasts in some or other way, and that leads to a very crisis in your relations. So this kind of blind spots are there. Other thing is there when you're entering a marriage, you are living in the marriage, that initial question you ask about romance, one thing. So people in marriage, they are so much into this that we understand each other too much. Okay, we expect that whether our spouse should understand our feeling, our things without communication, without saying anything, and which becomes your reason of daily fights. Okay, for example, I can give you my own example. Just for example, you have gone somewhere 2 3 days, you are working, you are coming back. Okay, there may be something in this family, some good event happened, something happened, and it is expected that when you come or something, sometime your wife may be sick. Morning something happens, she is sick, you will come. By seeing itself, you are supposed to know, okay, she is sick, or vice versa. And we expect that we are sick and the other person is not realizing I am sick. Okay, this means he is not taking care and things like that. Then things goes beyond. So this kind of a step where lack of communication there, we are over expecting, we are over realizing, or while bringing the things are there, we are suppressed in our mind. We are not openly communicated at the time of marriage or post marriage. So these all blind spots at particular time, like virus, it just erupts and spoils the relation, and it can be very very harmful in some cases.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, what led you to write this book? Was there any particular moment or experience that sparked?
Well, some part I told you that where this book started, but currently
Yeah.
when actually I was writing the book, I told you that I happened to meet one person. Because he's a known person, he's a family long back family friend, and he knows my that part of life and this part of life completely involved. And there was some suggestion. He is a married person and married for more than 25 years. And you can imagine he's having two kids, very good, everything outside seems. But in 25 years, almost 20 years, they are not communicating with each other. Okay. Now, this communication is very simple. He is doing his own job, he is serving his income. His wife has decided one, okay, I will grow up kids. And they are very well to do family, everything is very good. So I had a discussion, then the discussion is stretched 3 4 5 hours. Then I told him in large, you are just simply, you have spoiled your 20 years of life. Just one line interaction is sufficient to, because you are carrying your own ego, and with that ego, you are with your wife, you are not interacting. Wife has accustomed yourself, and this way your kids are accustomed. Things looks good from outside. But inside, you have spoiled your 20 years of life. So this long discussion happened, and then he told her, you should write. You should write on this communication, this whatever you are told now, you are sharing, you should share, because it seems very small. People think that they know everything as aspect of marriage. Okay, we know information is available in all domain, but once you accumulate and write at one place and people will read, then sometimes it will help to some family, and even if helps few families, I think it will be good. So that is one person who that particular night is again means give me that motive. Okay, let me collect it and thought about it. So from there it started, and I personally in my life also, I'm as a person, I'm a very believer in personal relation and deep relation. I don't believe in professional relation or the connection, that what it is used nowadays very often. So I feel that whatever my experience in this is there, if it helps some people, then good. So I choose it, and I wrote it, and luckily I'm thankful to Astitva Prakash on that, because I'm not an author basically, but they accepted and guided me beautifully, that and so in such a way that my dream is all means I will able to not only write the book, but it is kind of a dream for any person whose first book is published. The publication itself is a big thing for anybody. So I'm really thankful to Astitva Prakasan for that. That today we are on this position where I'm sitting and interacting on my book.
Definitely, sir. That's incredible. And how did your experience in Air Force shaped or influence your understanding in relations or the marriage on a better way?
Well, I think I can directly in one line can say that the book is because of Air Force. Because the first instant I narrated, you started from there, the thought of this particular book. And but beside that, in Air Force, you give the opportunity of traveling across the India. Means I told that 34 cities, but actually I work in more than 45 cities, except Assam and few that state are worked in all the state of India. So this traveling, while I'm traveling, and basically I'm very good observer. As I told earlier, I really believe in sitting silently and observing persons, their relationship. So I got a chance to visit different cultures across the India. I've seen very closely how the husband wife they're behaving in particular part of country, whether it is our Bihar, UP, or whether it is Karnataka and everything. So this Air Force, one way, it's a main reason of that this book was complicated and completed. Sorry, and the other thing, see, the core essence of this book is all about how you are going to survive in the relationship. So for that, the basic thing required that emotional maturity, and I think Air Force has given me that training and that course of Air Force where we have become so much emotionally mature. Any defense person, if you meet or if you get a chance to, because there they are working with very minimal resources, and they have to win. They don't. There's nothing like lose. So with these all things, so many Air Force and defense services give you. So this book is one part of it, and that Air Force, that posting, and their emotional maturity or seeing tough time. These are all things that helped me as a person which I am, and that has ultimately reflected in my book.
Definitely, sir. That's amazing. And so, what's your future plans? Are we getting something more on same genre, a new book, or something very different?
Actually, when I to narrated your story, when again I started writing. So okay, actually first time that time I started to write this book, but I was writing something other related to banking. But
Okay.
since this book was very close to my heart, and as a person what I am, so this book was completed first. And see, I'm not an author. Still, I don't consider myself an author. Whenever I will be writing, I will be writing something which I'm a part of it, because I don't means I personally don't read fiction books also. Since my childhood, I always read non-fiction books where it is regarding to personality or your career growth or relationship. I always read in means non-fiction books. So whatever I will be writing, I will be a part of it. So as a storyteller or as a person who has faced that situation, so I'll be writing. So currently, I am accumulating things. So I'm writing on two books, and hopefully how it materializes. Yes.
That's incredible, sir. And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights and story and inspiration about the book, about your journey. And we knew a lot of things about what we say, small things about our life, which we ignore and we should not. And thank you so much once again for being here and sharing your precious time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Actually, I will conclude. Just I want to communicate one special message for this. See, marriage is not about choosing your right partner or getting that your perfect one, or things will become like that candlelight dinner, media, and these all things. I just whoever is going to watch this video, I request to all people. See, in my entire book, I have tried my level best to not to comment in gender base. You won't find that I'm anywhere I've commented whether it is a girl or it is a boy or it is a man or woman. Always everywhere I have used this word spouse. So marriage is a very beautiful place. Personally, I believe it is a very sacred place to be. And I request every people who are watching this that rather than choosing a perfect partner, try to be a perfect partner, and hopefully things will settle. And this is the best thing. So enjoy your marital life, and who are going to enter in marriage, to them also that if you are entering in marriage, don't preconceive so many things. Be open-minded, enter in a relationship open-minded, accept each other, and enjoy this beautiful relation, what is called marriage. Thank you very much, madam, once again.
Thank you so much, sir, and have a good day.
Thank you very much, ma'am.